should not only be done but also seem to be done. If a person can get a party before it convinced about its decision that how my decision is just for you, in that case only justice can be properly delivered.
So he has to convince in the court or in the judgments?
In the judgments.
In the judgments.
Indeed, sir.
And your ability is to convince in the judgment or in the open court?
Sir, since right now I am not at the stature and the position of a judge, I believe that I have the quality to convince people in words.
Do you feel that you have some negative trait which is not suited to a judge?
Sir, I believe that I am a very deep analyzer. If I get stuck at the point, I get into deep analyzing of it, which causes a lot of waste of time also, and I'm also working upon it.
Analyzing is not good for a judge.
Sir, it is good, but I sometimes waste a lot of time in analyzing very minute details because if I get stuck at a point, I cannot move forward. I need to clarify things that then and there.
So you want to suggest that a judge should not go into minute details of the thing?
No, sir. My point is not at all that. I believe that judge should go into the minute details, but where the details are not that important, in that cases, wastage of time should not be done a lot in giving much importance to those details.
So you want to say you get stuck in unnecessary things?
I believe so, sir.
Oh, so you say that you don't want to go into unnecessary detail, but the duty of the judge, you will be appointed as a judicial justice law, your judge.
Yes, sir.
He is to find out the truth.
Indeed.
And finding out the truth, for example, you go on a walk and there's a case before you. People say what is happening in that case, there is something wrong. But try to do it otherwise.
I believe that a judge should have a fresh mind and a reasonable mind to come at the conclusion of the decision. And for that matter, whatever judge he feels he should do.
Okay, would you like to hear those persons who are saying, because if you look to the previous honorable judgment, say that people used to visit the place to find out the truth, you will call that person. What is this? You will not disclose your entry, but then can you call that person as a witness?
Sir, by virtue of section 311 CRPC, we can call that person.
Trying to a term in the preamble, sovereign democratic republic.
Indeed.
Can you explain?
Sir, the term democratic means the government which is elected by the people and for the people. The term republic means that there is a system where everybody has an independence of their thought and of their desires. And the term sovereign means that everybody is bound by the rule of the law, and it is the people who create the rule, not it is the people who run the government and not the government who run the people.
Sovereign.
Indeed, sir.
We want to think over it again. What sovereign means.
Sovereign is entirely different.
Sovereign is entirely different. But republic is
No,
not
what
entirely
is
different.
what will be the special?
Sir, in evidence, it is criminal law.
Which subject?
Sir, in Indian Evidence Act.
Or what topic?
Sir, it was criminal trespass with respect to IPC and what can be the evidences which can be used in that respect.
With respect to IPC?
Yes, sir.
Now, can you cite such a section of the IPC where burden of proof has been shifted? Where burden of proof has been shifted? Where mental element may be presumed?
Indeed, sir. Sir, by virtue of section 300 IPC, the exceptions, the 5 exceptions it mentions, in those cases, the burden is shifted onto the.
I am referring to the section of Evidence Act
Okay.
where burden has been shifted from prosecution on the culpable mental state. Any sections of
Sir, section 105 of Indian Evidence Act. where it says that if any case falls under any general exception or any proviso.
But I have you studied section 138 of this act,
Indeed, sir.
113B,
Indeed, sir.
148.
Indeed, sir.
What are these?
Sir, by virtue of section 113A, if any woman commits suicide within 7 years of marriage and in
This
case
is
of
what it is 130B.
Question is, how does the burden shift?
sir, if in a particular case, the
Calm down.
yes,
Not be in a hurry.
Now we are in a hurry. You are doing very well.
Yes.
indeed. Sir, if in a particular case, whenever the initial burden is always on the prosecution, generally to prove that how the judgment can come in its favor. But in some cases, for example, in the cases of 113B of Indian Evidence Act, which relates to the presumption as to dowry death, in those cases, the burden falls onto the defendant to prove that how and why the cruelty.
Anyway, you know this IPC is proposed to be amended.
Indeed, sir.
A new punishment has been introduced.
Indeed.
What is that punishment?
Sir, a community service as a form of punishment has been included in section of punishments in IPC.
What does it mean?
Sir, till now there is no proper clarification by the proposed creators of the bill, but I believe that in cases like this punishment is prescribed in cases of mischief, etc., where if a matter, if
Petty offences, you can say.
various offences, yes, sir. In those cases, then instead of being sent to jail or being imposed with a fine, they have to serve the community.
But name is given to Criminal Procedure Code, the proposed amended law,
Sir, I'm not able to recall it accurately.
IPC.
Sir, Bhartiya
Yeah.
न्याय संहिता.
Samhita. So that's the IPC, Bhartiya Nagrik Raksha.
I stand corrected on this, sir.
Samhita.
Okay, Aanchal, let me give you a very simple question. Now, this is the proposed criminal law amendment bills. They are absolutely from the code. Can you tell us the difference between code and a law? Or an act or an
Sir, the code in itself includes all the provisions under one head, whereas one act it generally deals with only one specific aspect. For example, if we consider Indian Penal Code, it includes all the offences which are related to property, which are related to body, which are related to marriage or an aspect of children, etc. Whereas if we consider a particular act, it deals only with one aspect.
Okay. In the new proposed code, that is what you call as Bhartiya Nyaya Sanhita Code, we shall be having a new definition of terrorism, and one particular kind of offence is being included in the category of terrorism. Can you recall that?
Sir, I have read about the section of the Terror Act and moreover also one section which is related to the communal violence. I can recall on that, sir.
First of all, you should know code meaning which contains all the law related to one subject. When Indian Penal Code was written, it contained all the crimes under different order, revision, this and that. Thereafter, due to development, urbanization, many offences appeared on the scene which could not be properly tackled by the beginning of the CIPC.
Special law.
Code meaning which violation of all the law related to one subject. Now, procedures CIPC and other offences. It contains procedure regarding IPC offences, but regarding other offences also. That procedure is to be followed unless excluded by that, which creates the offense.
Okay, Aanchal, let me put you a very simple question. Can you differentiate between the two very important terms used in legal jurisprudence? Procedure establishment and due process. In fact, our Constitution does talk about procedure establishment.
Sir, I'm not very clear about that.
No. Have you heard about the Ikatan?
Yes, sir.
In Ikatan, the state of law, there was a difference between new class of law and constitutional law. But after Indira Gandhi, procedures of the right of law avoid with the new class of law because procedure must be just, procedure must be fair, procedure must be fair.
There are two types of due process: substantive due process and procedural due process. Now, any law in India will pass, it will be tested on both these components, especially criminal law. Okay, you are Kathak counsel.
Kathak basically is considered as one of the 8 classical dance forms that come from, I think, from basically ancient period to basically from the Kathak dance, and now it developed as a classical dance form. Why Kathak was only transformed into basically folk dance? Why that thing happened with only with Kathak and not with any other dances?
So because Kathak as a form of dance was related and its origin relates back to the 4th and 5th century. And moreover, it is the only form of dance which includes a lot of facial expressions, a body language, and a stature which has to be maintained while performing that dance. And due to these basic elements which are attributed to these form of dance, it was given a special recognition.
No, I'm not basically asking about the recognition. I'm asking about all the other dances like Bharatanatyam, Odissi, Kathakali, all were considered only as a classical dance. But Kathak was transformed into classical to court dance, Darbar dance here. Why that happened?
So because at that period of time, the Kathak was also considered to be a dance form which used to give the kings at that point of time a source of satisfaction and a source of entertainment. And later on, sir, Kuchipudi also developed into the bar dance.
It's Darbar.
Yes.
Can you name some great dancers in Kathak?
Sir, Sitara Devi, Gopi Chand. So right now I am able to collect these
You
names.
forgot Birju Maharaj.
Birju Maharaj, yes, indeed.
Exponent of Islam. Okay, now tell me one very basic question. Actually, I am quite curious to know about that. Why so much upheaval in Punjab, political crisis, and people are not satisfied with the government, and they all the time there is a political human crime going on. Why that is happening, specifically in Punjab?
Sir, in Punjab right now, the uproar is regarding the imposition of ESMA on the patwaris in Punjab, and I believe that people in Punjab right now they are not ready to understand the fact that whatever is being done is done for their betterment and for the betterment of the state as well. Because, for example, if we consider the present situation in hand, people are, especially the officials, patwaris, they are not ready to understand that if any corruption case is being registered against them, and if they are true in the real sense, the inquiry which they have to underwent, the truth will itself come out. In that cases, they're trying to cover it up, or they're trying to create an uproar in the society because of which the system gets degenerated. And it is all a form of right now which a disgeneration which has entered into the society.
Okay, let me continue. The way which are ESMA and can you tell me what does this mean and what is the generic name of law?
So that's the name of law is exceeding for the last essential services maintenance act. And by virtue of after the government had asked people, the officials in the country to continue with the job, or if they ask them given a procedure or the regulation which they have to follow while continuing with their job. And now at the present by virtue of section 4 of the said act, the government has government has asked the officials to not to resign from their post, and they have to continue their work till the order is in force.
Again, some of this exception can be government, state government,
Sir,
other than patwaris.
against the officials in the government department.
All of them? All of them?
Sir, I believe that all officials in the
Which is your favorite area?
Sir, this is Indian Evidence Act.
What is evidence?
Sir, evidence is not defined in Indian Evidence Act as per, but it has given an inclusive definition that it includes oral and documentary evidence.
What is this issue?
Sir, issue it is a material fact which is alleged by one party and which is denied by another party.
Whether the DNA has get the conclusivity or the proof or still it is doubt.
Sir, by virtue of the landmark judgment of Lata Nandlal Pathak versus Lata Nandlal Pathak, it was given a stature of conclusive proof.
To depend whether the term conclusive proof.
Sir, by virtue of Section 4 of Indian Evidence Act, when we give the evidence before the courts, it's evidence visibly not because all legal for the proof of it.
It is a comparative that the court will presume its existence.
Sir, as a general rule, the court will presume its existence as a conclusive and will not call for it by virtue of Section 100 where Indian Evidence Act. It is an exception is mentioned that in case there is non-access to the party, in that case, if it is proved by the defendant, then his presumption can be rebutted.
If they access what he disputed, that this is not my change, then DA may argue. And DA will prove that he is not a father. And that's it. Then we got some judgment of Supreme Court.
Sir, in 2019, the Supreme Court gave the judgment of, I'm not sure about the name of the judgment, but in that case, the court held that whenever there is a conflict between a developed science and a conclusive presumption, in those cases, the court shall lean in the favor of developed science.
Okay.
One thing, let's now ask you about the community service. But you are not very sure what is community service. It is service to the psyche. Now, fatty pencil, especially red heavy, will be working on that. What happens in foreign country? They have a hostel. They keep those persons there. They ask them to clean the roads, nala, do this, plumbing work and everything, so that people see them and they feel ashamed that we are here because of this. We will not do it again. That is another sick family. Could you please the cancel? You that is a community service.
Now the feedback time, please. Please.
Number one and most important, your effort should be to keep the answer as brief as you can. But you are expanding it unnecessarily. And that expansion gives rise to more questions. Just now in the very last question, you have generated 3 more questions. Secondly, जितना खतरनाक लो कॉन्फिडेंस है ना, उससे ज्यादा खतरनाक लो कॉन्फिडेंस है। You have to keep a balance. Right? You feel like I know everything. You are going to be spotted. Yes. So you have to maintain that level. एक बार रिवीजन करके आपको सारे सब्जेक्ट्स की और एक जरूरी जैसे इस इंटरव्यू के बाद आपने कहीं और करना है आपको खत्म करके बराबर लेकिन it doesn't depend on you, this depends upon us कि आपको कितना टाइम लगाना है क्यों जल्दी दिखानी है ना understand the question, analyze it and be sure about the answer, then answer and briefly. ठीक है ताकि आप तब से
one thing is that you now see Bhartiya Nyaya Samhita. How many sections are there? You must know. Then Nagrik, Bhartiya Nagrik Suraksha Samhita. If they ask you, what do you think about that? You can say, with due respect, I don't want to ask this question, but there are so many mistakes which are patent in there and which will create chaos if this is implemented. This cannot be implemented. For example, I give you section 2R of CRPC defines what is police report. Now section 2S, police report. 2R say police report that will be submitted by police visiting magistrate under section 173. Here it's corresponding of section 173 and 193. But here they say under section 176, 176 usual procedure of investigation. इसलिए क्या सी पढ़ाई
That's why this kind of
ये आप आएंगे ना मैं आपको बताऊंगा क्या आप लिख लेना मैंने पढ़ी है सारी डिटेल में इसमें क्या क्या है कुछ भी नहीं है इसमें
सर एक्चुअली
ये देखो उन्होंने कुछ नहीं किया उन्होंने संस्कृत का नाम दिया सानिता क्या
special activity.
and intelligence help and find
Boca is
unlawful activity.
Boca में already
Those are special act. They overrule this definition. What is the use of this? Yes.
Okay, in my opinion, there is basically kind of nervousness on your face. You have to control that. Okay. Second thing, you are trying to squeeze your own hands. It's a negative sign. You are trying to hide yourself. Keep it like this, smooth, soft hand.
So
or this.
comfortable.
Because you are trying to squeeze your own hand. अपने आप को ही आप दबा रहे हैं. तो बहुत नेगेटिव एस्पेक्ट है. दूसरी चीज जैसे अभी आप काम कंपोज लग रहे हो आफ्टर द इंटरव्यू यू आर वेरी नर्वस एट दैट मोमेंट वो आपके फेशियल एक्सप्रेशन में दिख रहा था नर्वसनेस इज नॉट गुड फॉर इंटरव्यू यू हैव टू कंट्रोल दैट प्रिपेयर योर माइंड फॉर दैट ओके
People will shower. Judges will shower question on you. You are to be calm, composed. Don't get agitated.
यस
Don't get emotional.
सर
And sometimes they were
When you are in a court, then this advocate says, class laminate, that way say, oh, advocate speaks so much. Sometimes they may also cause question on you, but you are to keep calm. You are only to decide what you are doing. That's the quality of a judge.
as in one case I was new at a particular station, very first day. There was a criminal appeal. मैंने कहा भी वो accused कहाँ है? And you know what the advocate said? कहाँ लिखा है ये accused की हाजिरी? है ना? You get perplexed at such a question, right? But I said I am not there to answer your questions. Wait for the orders. मुझे नहीं बुला ले तो आप बना
और कुछ कहेंगे
So you have to maintain your calm and composure. बाकी ठीक है, all the best.
प्रैक्टिस इट मोर ये निकाल इसकी प्रैक्टिस कीजिए आप घर पे
बी न्यूट्रल फेस आप बाकी सर ने बोल दिया जैसे अभी थोड़ा कैजुअल हुए तो थोड़ा न्यूट्रल है कुछ ठीक काम डाउन लग रही है बट उस टाइम पे जैसे यू आर स्पेस अप एंडिंग हो रही थी आप जैसे एक और क्वेश्चन नहीं वैसा ना और किसी क्वेश्चन को इतना लेंदी कि चार क्वेश्चन और मेरे वाले क्वेश्चन में सर और वो ध्यान थे भी ये वाला कुछ आप भी दे रहे थे
सिंपल लैंग्वेज में यू विल स्पॉइल योर इंटरव्यू
Is this your first time?
Yes.
For the first time?
Yes.
यू आर द बेस्ट चांस
तो शॉर्ट आंसर दीजिए
नहीं, your life's first interview, life's your first interview.
शॉर्ट आंसर दीजिए और अपने जो प्रैक्टिस है ना उसको और कीजिए
Sure, sir.
और रिकॉर्ड कीजिए खुद देखिए
रिकॉर्ड करके ना आप उसको सुनिए फिर,
I am recorded.
है ना?
ये रिकॉर्डिंग भी इनको एक्सेस देते हैं
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Best of luck.